Everything in its wrong place, like the crow's feet on the 22-year-old's face. The city, the one place where everybody wants to be, but I can't see the stars. But it's what made me, and it's probably where I'll die. So as 2 clocks orbit in time, the same old blokes tell same old jokes, and I know the punchlines off by heart. Because it's amazing how little seems to be achieved in a room full of critics. But it's like Sunday pub servers, preachers preach, if it ain't broke, I ain't gonna fix it. So as we boys and our lads work a bit more like our dads, raise our jars, and when we come 2 o'clock, we'll be pouring hearts over the girls sat in our inbox. Because they should have been the antidote. As men with a town crier syndrome injury, we've always got to go that little bit further to be that little bit more rude. Ask if we've got proper jobs yet. And like comedians, they wait for the laughter.
Cause see, I come from a place where you can't see the stars at night. Where the street lights drown out any chance of a natural nightlight, and the stars, they can't compete with the artificial bright light. I come from a place that was forgotten, overshadowed by the new plans. Where the sun wants to shine but is overshadowed by exhaust fume clouds that block up the sky. I'd fly with Hoover in hand if I could, and help the sun shine through if I could. The lack of natural lightness has poisoned any chance of brightness, so the dark days are here. And now the trees are leafless and lifeless. I come from a place where the expanding skyline is a constant imposition on my eyeline, and see, my childhood is being erased. And my memories and opinions and imposition. I come from a place where the trains terminate and the buses divert. Where your own shadow won't go, where interrupting someone's flow is a capital offence, where boys get lazy and girls get babies. But see, this is my home, my city, but why was it not up to me to decide between the truth and the lies? The only comfort my city will provide is that I know it's broken. I understand how much it needs to change, but see, the opinion of the many pushes the few change makers back in their boxes. A place where strangers cross the road to avoid eye contact. A place where foxes scream at night, where they scavenge for food and get in fights. A place where nature is abolished. They use her mother nature to hold up their buildings, they just take from her. I come from a place where there's ground my feet can't touch, where cars, 6-wheeled lorries and trucks own the road. Where I have to cross a highway to reach the other side, but from up here, I can see for miles. I come from a place where the grass isn't green. A place where the streets are lined with bad choices and the pebble dash muffles voices. A place where there's a cold cup of tea placed on every side. Where the kids flick switches which make light evaporate. I come from a place where the stereo standby light fights to stay bright, where the street lights drown out any chance of a natural nightlight, and the stars, they can't compete with the artificial bright light. See, I come from a place where you can't see the stars at night.
And I can't afford no tailor-made suit for an escape-proof life. I want set for 15-minute gimmicks for weighted down limits. But if I don't stand my ground, then all my achievements just mean now. So I tell them I don't get wet when it rains. And I flick through holiday brochures knowingly. And if I've got the option, then I always go large. So I'll keep on beaming. But they tell me to keep on dreaming. Acting like I knew what I was doing. As the train tracks that separate me from you. See, I came from the right side, but you came from the bright side. Best friends as kids, now strangers in mist. I cling to my youth like an old punk whose leathers don't fit. And think about being 15. Me and Marky B's needing weed speakers and iPod playlists with no time for boys who talk with fists. Revolution dreaming. Used to stare at pictures of Martin Luther King sketching Toby was here back in the day. So give me a folk song in the city skyline and I will sing along with you. As grey scaffolding connects your heart to mine. In a driftwood town lost at sea, we move too quickly towards nothing and let our shadows come too. As fear we only just knew now looks over our backs. As old lovers fall victim to the suburban sex recession. Fully grown men raise their children not to follow in their regrets but support their favourite football teams. As young car park warriors claim territory and make beats with their own mouths. Old war veterans who can't take it no more but keep their face fixed firmly to cracked cold concrete urban floors. If it's fucked, why does nobody say it is? Because I'm trying hard to hide a bitterness between my eyes. And I was born with the words written on my tongue, and see, around here we knew it all along. But this is England, and this is me. Just a sketchbook scribblings of a boy to man waiting for his bus to stop. so I can get off.
I come from a place where the street lights drown out any chance of a natural nightlight, and see the stars, they can't compete with the artificial bright light, and see, I can't see the stars.
Cheers.